Death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
What's in the box? Say hello to my little friend! Give me the money!
Go ahead. Make my day.
What's going on, guys and gals? It's your boy Brad here with Good Real Hunting. I wanted to come at you guys today with a quick video with my top 5 Christopher Nolan soundtracks. Not movies, soundtracks. Reason being is, for me, soundtracks are one of my favorite parts of cinema. It's what gets me emotionally into movies and involved with the characters, and if I ever feel any kind of emotion in a movie, it's from the music that's playing for me most of the time. In conjunction with what's being shown, obviously. So I recently rewatched Interstellar, and we obviously had Tenet come out here earlier in the month. So that's a big reason why I wanted to go ahead and throw this out there, because it's something I've been going back and listening to a lot of Nolan soundtracks, which are usually from Hans Zimmer, but a lot of soundtracks from Nolan movies here recently, just because they're so freaking awesome, man. All of them awesome, and Hans Zimmer is a big reason for that, and you'll see, because he's in most of these movies in the top 5, maybe not all, maybe, we'll see. But he's obviously he's a phenomenal composer, and so let's get into it a little bit. So at number 5, I got Dunkirk. Now this movie I've only seen one time, and it was in theaters back when it came out, so I don't quite remember which tracks go with which scenes or anything specifically anyway. But I did re-listen to the soundtrack in preparation for the ranking, and I really dig it. It's really intense music, which really puts you in, the action, which is what his goal was with that movie, is to kind of get you on the beach, in the air with Tom Hardy, whatever the case may be. He's got you in there, and the music is a big part of that. So that's number 5. Number 4 is newcomer, Tenet. Now this one was not Hans Zimmer. Dunkirk was, if I didn't mention, but 4 is Tenet, which was composed by Ludwig Göransson, which I butchered again. I'm really bad with names. Again, this is another movie I've only seen one time, but I really dug the soundtrack in theaters, especially with the surround sound and everything. It just really added to the movie. It was almost too much at times. Couldn't really hear the dialogue in a lot of the movie, so the soundtrack, although it was awesome, it was a little overbearing at times, but that's beside the point. The music itself was fantastic. I remember specifically the scene from the trailer when they're on the highway and they have the truck thing, and you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to give anything away, but the music there was fantastic. It was awesome. It really got you in. And just throughout, it had a presence throughout that just, whenever you had any kind of transition or anything, I thought it was awesome. It was freaking awesome. So number 3, and I cheated here a little bit, but I'm wrapping in the Dark Knight trilogy here. Reason being is because they're all a little bit different, but the general sound is kind of the same throughout. You got the main Batman theme and whatnot. Now, my favorite of the 3 scores is the Dark Knight, to no surprise, but the Dark Knight Rises is pretty awesome too. It's not far behind. But I love the Joker theme. Why So Serious, I think, is the name of it, if you listen to it. It's just eerie, and it fits the Joker very well, and it really kind of sucks you into him. There's one called, what is it, Like Dogs Chasing Cars, I think, from The Dark Knight. Let me see, yeah. Like a Dog Chasing Cars, yeah. That one's pretty awesome. It's one of the more prominent themes in The Dark Knight. It's, if you Google it, if you YouTube it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's during one of the big action sequences in the movie. It's good stuff. I may be wrong on where it's at, but I do remember seeing it in the movie. Freaking awesome stuff. Of course, all those were done by Hans Zimmer again. Fantastic stuff. Again, why those movies are as good as they are, the score is a big part of that. It's great. But coming in at number 2 is going to be... Are you ready for it? Are you ready for numero dos? I am. It's going to be Inception. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And so there's two songs I really like. I mean, the whole soundtrack's fantastic, but my two favorites are Time, which is kind of the main theme of the movie, and then Dream is Collapsing is another one that was pretty awesome. But I like the guitar kind of vibe it gives, and you know, simple scenes like Hans Zimmer's so good at. Simple scenes when they're just walking and talking about their plans. They have the music playing, and it just adds so much to it. It gets you into those environments and into those conversations. Now, again, you know, we all know Nolan. His audio is kind of hard to hear when it comes to the dialogue, and a lot of times the score is kind of overshadowing the dialogue, but I didn't think that was a huge problem in Inception. It was at times, but it wasn't near, you know, to the capacity of Tenet, and even Interstellar. But yeah, I love the score in Inception. It's fantastic. Big part of why I like that movie. It's my favorite Nolan flick. I think we might cross that bridge down the road. But number one, and a big reason why I wanted to do this episode today, is going to be Interstellar, and I will have some spoilers for Interstellar here while talking about the score. So if you haven't seen that, I would recommend you just go ahead and end things now and come back and finish it off after you watch the movie down the road. But so I like the score. Now again, this is this Hans Zimmer again, and it's freaking the simplest of scenes at the very beginning of the movie when they're in the cornfield and they're chasing the drone. The score that comes on is so powerful. It makes you feel emotion for such a simple scene. Like it's incredible the work he did in that. Again, you know, it does overshadow the dialogue at times, but that's to no, you know, negative of the music itself. And it's freaking, oh my gosh, man, it makes you feel emotions for that. Of course, let's get into the Mountain soundtrack, or the Mountain song from the soundtrack. I think it's called Mountains. Yeah. It's when they land on Miller's planet, the big ass water planet, and it's nothing but water, and they get in the air, and they open the doors, and the soundtrack's it's got that tick to it, chick, 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 and so on. It goes on. It's the beginning of the song for like at least a minute. And I don't know if Nolan's confirmed this or not, but you know, everybody, you probably know this by now. Every one of those ticks, mathematically speaking, is a day on Earth, because, you know, the planet they're on is, you know, every hour there is 7 years on Earth. So every one of those ticks in the score is a day passing on Earth. And it just, once you know that and you see the scene, it just adds so much tension to that, to what they're doing down there. You can really feel their loss of time and the stakes that are at place there for them.
We need the recorder.
Brand Doyle, back to the Ranger now.
I mean, it's a huge part of the movie. It's a character of the movie itself. I mean, putting that much, using your score to that to your advantage that much is just, I mean, it's phenomenal stuff. I mean, and then when it gets into the main theme of that song, the track "Stay" from that soundtrack, it does a great job of just upping the intensity as the song goes on. It gets, you know, kind of higher and higher, and more intense, and it just, for me, it got me really emotionally invested into the characters of, you know, Matthew McConaughey's character and his daughter and everything. It kind of built their relationship, helped improve their relationship. The score was just that important that it was awesome. It was a huge part of the emotional experience for me. And then my favorite track from Interstellar was "No Time for Caution," which is there towards the third act again. Where their shuttle explodes, get a bad connection, it freaking, and then they have to come, the spinning out of control, and then they freaking have to come in and reattach their little smaller vessel to that and slow the spin down with the thrusters. Dude, that the soundtrack that plays over that with the organs, you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Docking.
Endurance rotation is 67, 68 RPM.
Okay, get ready to match our spin with the retro thrusters.
It's not possible.
No, it's necessary.
If you haven't, go back and rewatch it. It is just freaking, it's so intense. And again, the stakes are so big in this movie, and the score adds to, like, you can feel the stakes because of the score. Like, it's so important. I mean, obviously, it still would have been good. It would have been a beautiful movie, but the score, I said this in a previous video, I don't know which one, but a score, you can put a phenomenal score to a good movie and make that movie great. It's that important. But anyway, that's my list. What do you think? Comment down below and let me know. I'd love to see your list. Give me your top 5 Nolan flicks, or you can just do them all. Just let me know what you think. I know there's some of his other movies has some good tracks in it as well, but these are my favorites. So let me know what you think down below, and don't forget to like the video if you do like it. Subscribe to the channel if you dig it. And what else? We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Letterboxd. Do all that stuff, and just reach out to us if you not wait to bring you some more content. Until next time, we'll see you later.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Hasta la vista, baby.
In case I don't see ya. Good afternoon, good evening.